Hello everyone and welcome back to the 25 Cards of Christmas, coming at you a day late due to some random bug I picked up. I'm actually still in the process of getting over it, so that's why my voice may sound different. But don't worry, I'm on the mends. Anyway, it's time to choose our overdue gift and see what we got. Mayael the Anima. You're quite the interesting card. I wonder, do you have an equally interesting story? Mayael is an elf shaman from the fractured world of Alara, living on the naturalistic and oftentimes ferocious shard of Naya. She is a member of the Cillian, a race of deeply shamanistic and religious elves. In her religion, they worship an aspect of the land itself, the living embodiment of Naya, a giant hydra known as Progenitus. Buried under centuries of jungle growth, something slumbers in the Valley of the Ancients. The Cillian elves constantly monitor the valley and the steam that rises from 3 vents from the 4th floor. They believe this is the slow, even breath of the hydra god at rest. Many elves devote their lives to the hydra, doing whatever they can to understand his will and keep him at peace. To help in this endeavor, the Cillians employ animas, who are said to have a connection with Progenitus. This is where Mayael's story begins. A young female elf, Mayael was chosen from a line of female druids who had proven a connection to the awesome gargantuans who walk the plane. She carries in her blood a spiritual connection to Progenitus himself. The Cillian elves believe that the Anima is the only one who can understand the will of Progenitus, that she, and she alone, can tell them what they must do to satisfy his erratic nature. To become an Anima, Mayael had to first undergo a set of painful and arduous trials, the worst being a ritual called the White Cover Gaze. During the ritual, Mayael's eyes would cloud over until they were the color of a pearl, emotionless, inscrutable, and flawless. Sight, to an Anima, was an imperfect sense that only revealed the thinnest layer of reality. Soon, Mayael would be blessed with enhanced vision. During this ceremony, Mayael experienced something far more disturbing. A vision of a dying world. In this vision, Mayael saw Progenitus rising from the earth, looking very displeased. The elves were cowering on a small rock formation, unable to move in the wake of his destruction. The avatar was tired of the living world and its ineptitude, so it made them watch as it scoured the world clean. Only one elf was able to stop the hydra, the first Anima, an elf named Cilia, from which the tribe got its name. With poison and blood, she stabbed the avatar, revealing its 5 heads, one to represent each type of mana, only this time, 2 of the Hydra's heads lay withered and dying by its side. With that, Progenitus slumped back into the earth and has laid dormant ever since. Mayael didn't know this at the time, but her vision was of the original breaking of Alara. As the world separated, different shards were cut off from certain mana sources. While Progenitus originally embodied all 5 mana types, after this break, it lost its connection with black and blue mana, losing 2 of its heads. While Progenitus is dormant, manifestations of him walk the earth in the form of gargantuans, the behemoth creatures that walk the face of Naya. The elves believe that gargantuans are the expression of the Hydra's will and worship them as divine beings. As the Anima, Mayael is in charge of discerning the will of Progenitus. After closely monitoring the actions of gargantuans, Mayael interprets what the events mean and then communes with Progenitus to determine what actions should be taken. With all these rituals and practices, Mayael believed she had a firm grasp on Progenitus. But no amount of vision could prepare her for what was about to come. Alara was converging once again. With these rumbles and strange feelings, Mayael believed it was the stirring of the sleeping hydra. Curious on what these could possibly mean, she decided to talk to the hydra himself. She traveled to the Valley of the Ancients, the resting place of the Avatar, and used the artifacts of Progenitus to summon the spiritual visage of the hydra. Once summoned, the god demanded to know of Cilia, the elf who managed to strike him so many years ago, not knowing how much time had passed since his slumber began. As Mayael was trying to get answers out of Progenitus, the ritual was disrupted by a dark force, the invading voice of a malicious dragon. This new voice, which rose above that of Progenitus, demanded that the Cillian elves prepare for war. This was the will of their god. Mayael, being unaware of the evil at play, believed this warning and brought the message back to her people. The only one who was somewhat aware of what was going on was the Leonin planeswalker Ajani Goldmane, who's also a native to Naya. He understood this evil as a dragon planeswalker named Nicol, but his warnings and pleas fell on deaf ears. In Naya, as black mana from Jund and blue mana from Bant seeped into the jungle paradise, it brought with it deception and destruction, stirring the withered heads of the Hydra god. Summoned by the Valley Wards, Mayael raced to his resting site, just as the earth cracked. His earthly tomb now open, Progenitus arched into the sky. With his physical body restored, Progenitus dominated the horizon once again. Oh Mayael, you tried to contain the power of a world, but in the end, the world was a lot larger than you anticipated. With Progenitus casting destruction in its wake, Naya again looks to its anima for some kind of resolution. But for now, enjoy your spot on my Christmas tree. In any case, I want to know what you guys think about Mayael and Progenitus. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Stay tuned for the next video where we'll go over a Royal Mage from Zendikar. As always, thank you all for watching and I'll see you next time. Hey guys, Simon here, just letting you know if you liked the video, you can support future content by liking it and sharing it with your friends. You can also support this channel by visiting my sponsors over at abugames.com. abugames.com is a leading online store for all things MTG, and without them, this series wouldn't be possible. You may even consider following me on social media or becoming a patron on Patreon. Through those means, you can stay up to date with the channel along with gaining access to special events and giveaways. You can find those links in the description below. Regardless, I wish you all a happy and safe holiday season.